I survived a Jotun. Hey friends, if you played PvP recently, you probably noticed an uptick in the usage of slug shotguns. Maybe you're deleted by them more than you're used to. That is what today's build is trying to solve. It is a soft counter to slug shotguns. And what am I talking about? The unbreakable aspect, which turns your grenade into a shield that has a retaliation blast. More on that in a second. I'm using the exotic class item with Bear, which improves Unbreakable, and then Armamentarium to have a second charge. Bear isn't that important. The movement speed is nice, and the extra grenade energy is nice, but it's absolutely not necessary. If you have a build that needs Ophidian, just use Ophidian over Bear. But the Armamentarium is absolutely necessary. Because what you can do is, like, let's say there's a pulse grenade on the floor or a barricade I can run into. I can legit just throw my grenade, then bake inside of the enemy grenade or barricade, and even though my grenade energy is going down, when I release my grenade, I'll get like 1.5 grenades back. It is so strong. But that's not why I'm using it. I'm not using it for grenade economy. I'm not using it to cross dangerous choke points to not die. I'm using it so that the common scenario of, let's say it's Trials of Osiris on Dead Cliffs, running into the dark hallway and doing this, and maybe trading with the opponent, it all comes down to network connection more than aim, because let's be real, majority of top players are hitting the shot with this. So I don't want to roll the dice anymore. That's what this build brings to the table. But it unfortunately has two fatal flaws. The first being the same as Weave Walk. If your teammates do not participate in the match, this build is not good at 1v3. And then the second fatal flaw is that same strategy of running forward with a slug shotgun, jousting, putting a single hand cannon shot in, cleaning up with your shotgun, that doesn't change. Because all they do is they switch from Chaperone, Inquisitor, to Wither Horde, Conditional Finality, Cerberus, etc. And their playstyle really doesn't change that much. It just hard counters your playstyle. But if against that warning, you see the footage today and you're like, wow, that looks fun, I want to do that, let me give you a brief tutorial on how this interaction works. Because it feels like a fighting game interaction when you're fighting these slug shotguns. Because if you want to position close to them, they're going to slug you and then melee you. And as soon as they melee, you can sprint cancel the shield and you're able to act in third person. So for example, look, my character's third person, but he's able to shoot the shot before I'm back to the first person camera. And you can do that with a melee too. So you can do that with a combination of, I pull the shield, they shotgun, then they melee me. The second they melee me, I slug melee, and I win. I come out in that engagement winning. Sure, the network might give them a second melee, but you do have a high likelihood of surviving. The other alternative is you use the shield to walk backwards, and with Bear, you walk really, really fast. You might notice I'm on 8 mobility. That's going to change here with the Riposte auto rifle to be 10 mobility, to where I am flying backwards. And that can create distance. Then I want to wait until I catch the opponent committing to something like swapping weapons and I know they're going to be slow. I unbreakable blast them and it knocks them back, kind of like the Voidwalker melee, and they're disoriented, and maybe I can pick up the kill even though I'm starting the duel at half health, whereas they have almost full health. It is possible to win in those scenarios. But a lot of the time, what I do is I just use it to back into cover and sort of reset the fight where they have 0 ammo. Then my goal is to control special ammo around the map. Since they don't have a slug shotgun anymore, they have to use a primary. Except from their point of view, they're like, wait, I don't have to use a primary. All I have to do is go to the special box. That is what you have to prevent. Once you get rid of their special, you just be like a vacuum. Go around the map, take all the special ammo away from them, so that way they cannot fly at you and joust, and you have to force them to use a primary. I put so many players this weekend in timeout where I consume their slug shotgun, I run away to safety, I take all the ammo in the map, and then I re-engage them. I get them like 1 HP and I pop this shield, and then they just like helplessly stand there while my teammates come in and clean them up. That way at least my teammates get some super energy or something. It's really, really funny. However, if they know that one simple trick of either getting you lobby balanced or pulling out conditional finality, this build goes from a soft counter to being an absolute throw. Conditional bullies me. This is the first time I'm seeing conditional instead of a slug. That's the interaction I'm talking about. If he does that to me as the first pick of the game, his teammates clean it up and I don't get anything out of it. I end up using Witherhoard on this map. I would use the sprint bonus of this auto rifle to make it to the dark tunnel. Then I would shoot Witherhoard and then immediately block to get in. And it sort of closes him out, gets him pinched, and if my teammates are going on a flank adventure like they usually do, I'm close enough to help the teammates, but if the enemies notice I'm alone, I can still run away and use Unbreakable on my exit to live for just a little bit longer. Once your opponents are aware of what you're using, they're not going to expend their special ammo on you. They're going to do the same thing to a Weeblock user and just wait until you're out. They're not even going to shoot at you because they don't want you to replenish energy. In that case, you're going to have to start mind gaming them, where you do this. You go behind cover, drop it, jiggle, come out again. You just got to keep mixing it up and mixing it up with when you drop your shield, when you rebuild your shield. And you can fake out even good players into using their green ammo. And I'm going to be real, there's a lot of emblem havers of this new Ascendant emblem that basically prove to me that they rarely shoot a primary on their entire competitive climb with that performance. But y'all be the judge of that, I guess. The final thing to mention is in the late game of Trials, as supers start to come up, you have a suppressor nade. You can just outright suppress supers. I'll see y'all on the next. Enjoy the condensed gameplay. Well, that's a really good counter to this. A last word just back down for me. Think about that. To stick this well directly. Alright, that's 2 supers. Hold on. Bad Witherhoard shot, but it's okay. Actually, God Witherhoard shot. I need to knock one of these players off the map. There we go. I needed to check if he was the last player, but I didn't want to risk him getting away, so I had to take the kill. If he was the last player, I might have let him live so we can get triple cooldowns. And knock him off the map in a sec. CP swings. I gave him all the green. Could get my solo right here. Let's see. Has to use her melee. Playing for super. Let's see if I make him waste shit. Oh, one kitty ammo system, what can you do? Alright, now he drops because now he doesn't have special ammo. Oh, actually, he lived that one, okay. He's a 2KD now. Still winnable. Still winnable. Hopefully it doesn't use too much kit. I'm actually so happy that whiffed. We'll need it for the future. That's how that should have went down. Now we don't have to end this fast. Just take our time. We are in zero rush. I will protect my teammates from getting reversed though. I have to hold the shield here, because the last time he's disrespected the horde. Oh, what a shot. That was bad use of util there, right? I figured if he was going invis, he was just going to play the res, right? So I was looking at the right thing. Missed placement and timing, and he hit a 6 shot. It's nothing I can do. I have to change it up because I don't have kit. See if they let me in. Fusion soon. This is fusion. A lot of jousting in this match, so I think this would be a gameplay. Just because it shows you that it stops a lot of stuff, but it doesn't stop everything. Was that 3 slugs? 3 slugs and 3 invis hunters? Didn't know Christmas came early. Oh, it's only 2 invis hunters. Conditional. I thought it was slugs, man. I messed up. At least teammate's gonna get a fat flank. Oh, what an out BR. It is impossible to beat conditional with this shield. If you know they have conditional, you have to immediately drop the shield and just look for exit damage. Uh-oh. That was some misplay on both of our parts. He's got to reload. They both have to reload. Marksman? Marksman. This is worth my grenade if it gets me a kill. I'll reset it. Yeah, that was a radar pie right there where I couldn't tell if he was like on this side of the wall or this side of the wall, so I just covered both. If he had green ammo, I was toast after using the suppressor. Alright, let's eat some smokes. And now we peek, now that we got our flanker. All good, we failed as a team. I didn't sub-position correctly. I let the crack door be able to see me. I don't know if it was worth the behemoth melee, but I definitely didn't walk forward enough. Beautiful. It's gonna slice us in a sec. I have to soak that up for teammate. That's fine, that's fine. I had no doubt I was winning that round at that point because we did enough damage / he committed enough ammo. I knew it was coming, teammate didn't. It's all good. We got enough damage. Slice incisor is wild. Is there a flanker? Should I fake going to west? The left is very important here. I might get a kill there. Well, I might get 2 here. Oh, and then that's my back. Let's get my horde. Should not have stopped on the res. I don't know if that was possible to time that. There's probably a route that got me out there. I think he would have damaged me and got the res, though. Knock him off the map. Surely they were gonna chase. Oh, they had a body to deal with. I'm dumb. Well, I still have hallway by a couple precious seconds. All good, all good. I had to assume that it was the weaker one. Because if I thrust her, I get my health back. I know that they're just going to get the revive, throw a smoke at me on the zone. I think playing for the Titan magic was the move. I can probably get a direct stick right here and cover 2 options. They don't know about the body, though. So they're definitely going to grab some green. Where's my body? Oh, I have an idea. There we go, here. Alright, with axes, it depends on what my util is. If I have a suppressor, save. Or if I don't have a suppressor, I save it. Yeah, save it then. If I had my kit, I immediately throw it at them and then just throw the remaining 2 axes at my teammates or the ground. Alright, he got a kill. We gotta move. I don't want them to... Well, I need my suppressor. Hold on. No. Fuck that. I'm staying in. That bar has killed me so many times. Oh no, that was a blind throw!